We are still looking at control structures. We looked at for loop last time, and today I want us to look at another control structure known as a switch. In this type of configuration, it is imperative to understand the way this structure works, the way it is able to perform tasks. So I'm going to take you through a few ideas regarding this kind of structure. So with me is the switch statement, which is one of the control structures that are very important to know, especially if you are doing JavaScript, or if you are coding in JavaScript. Remember, this is part of JavaScript structure that is able to determine the flow of program execution. Now, use the switch statement to select one of many code blocks to be executed. So how does it work? So before we look at how it works, there is the syntax or the rule or general rule that must be followed when structuring this control flow. Now, when you are coming up with this control flow, you must have the expression that has to be evaluated. Then, depending on that expression, which is normally inside within that bracket after the keyword switch, that expression will be evaluated. Then, based on the expression result, or based on the results of the evaluation within the structure, then one of the case statement is going to be executed. So it can either be the first one or the second one, the third. And if the expression evaluated here does not match any of the case statement here, then the default code is executed. So you see, it is very well organized. So if any of the expression that has been evaluated doesn't match any of the case statement within the structure of switch, then the default statement has to be executed. Now, when we are asking ourselves, how is it possible to have this kind of a construct, and how does it work? So it works this way. Now, the switch expression is evaluated once. Okay, the expression that is within the brackets of the switch statement, then it is evaluated first. The value of the expression is compared with the values of each case. So each case is going to be compared with the result of the evaluation. So whatever is evaluated here is compared against this one, against this one, against another, if there was or if there is. If the expression here matches any of these case statement being compared with it, then that one that matches is executed. So that's how it works. So if there is a match, the associated block of code is executed. So if there is a match, the associated block of code is executed. The codes under that particular case that matches the expression. Now, if there is no match, the default code block is executed, and that's how it works. So if you are looking at switch structure, remember, within switch there are blocks of code considered case or cases, right? So if the expression case matches the case indicated, or the expression result, or Boolean expression result matches the case, any of the case, then that particular case block is executed, and the outcome is going to be given at the end of the day. So that's how the structure works. So if we go back to what we have today, this is what we did last time. So and now this is what we are trying to look at. So here we have a script language. This is JavaScript. Then we have some variables. We have choice, a start tag, we have end tag, we have validate input. So this is a boolean value, true. Then we have list type. So the choice is being prompted from the user. So the user is able to select one or two or type, then based on what the users has been able to type, because the window.prompt is a way of prompting the users to provide some value. So it is a way of making the program interactive, so that it is able to capture data from the user. Then based on that value that has been typed, then the value is going to be compared with the cases, then it is executed. So whatever choice is captured from the user is stored in the variable choice. Then the variable choice is matched with any of this, right? So if the choice matches 1, then these statements are executed and the switch ends there. These ones are not compared. If this one matches the choice here, then this block of statements are executed. If whatever choice is given here matches 3, then this block of codes are executed. If not, the default value is the default case, or the default statement is executed. Now the default statement, as I mentioned earlier, is only executed when there is no match in any of these cases. So if there is no match in any of these cases, compared to after comparison here, because the choice given here is going to be compared with each of these. Now if there is no match in any of these cases, then this one is going to be executed, right? So that is it. So here we even have another statement for if input true, but the key thing I want you to understand is about the switch. But even so, we have the if statement here, which tries to compare whatever input value input boolean is equals to true. If it is equals to true, then this statement is executed, and then we also have a loop here being run or being executed, right? Else we have the choice is invalid. So that's how this piece of code works. So as you can see, there are two type of loops that have been implemented in this simple piece of code, and I want you to look at it and basically get to know and see how these codes can be written. Now let's go to our editor and do something there. So so this is what we had the last time. So this is the code that we learned last time. So I'm going to remove everything here. Basically I can remove everything here. Then I declare a new set of variables using the keyword var. So I'm going to have choice comma. There is also what we call start tag. We also, this one should be tag, not gag. Start tag should be start tag comma. Then we also have the end tag. Then we also have valid input. We have valid input and not valid input, valid input, and it is assigned true boolean value. Then we also have what we call the list type. Okay, list type. All right, so it is important we basically tell you what each one of these means. So choice, if we may have, so this is the user's choice. This is going to be the choice of the user. So then we also going to have starting list item tag. So we're going to starting. So we're going to have starting list item tag. Then we also have another end list item tag. So we have ending list item tag. Then we do have what we call the boolean value. So what does it do? So indicates if input is valid. So it is going to determine whether the input we provided is valid. Indicate if the input is valid. Indicate if input is valid. Then the last thing that we need also to explain what it does, list type as a string. So list type as a string, as a string. Okay, then right after that we need to make use of the choice variable. So we write that, then we do window dot prompt. So these are the window objects in what we call JavaScript. So we do that and we start writing within our prompt. So what we are going to have in here is we're going to write here select a list style. Okay, so we have the full colon, then we need to have the back slash, and then we have the end there. Then after that, outside the bracket, we concatenate that. So we use the plus sign and we write there again 1. So 1 is bullet. Okay, then 2 is what? Numbered. So if you want numbered kind of a list, you supply 2. Then we come still outside here, so we must have a space after the decimal point. Then also here we put a comma, then space, then we write 3, then we have 3 lettered. Okay, if we want the numbering to take the format of letters, then we'll have 3 as our choice. So we do a comma there. Now the default value that is always there is 1. So that is the default value. So right after doing that, we go back. Okay, we do a semicolon there and we terminate that line, and now we go straight away into our switch statement. Okay, so here I'm going to write here choice is the key. Okay, sorry, so we have to write choice. Then the first value is what we call 1. Okay, so we have choice. Then the statement that are being executed here is that we are going to have the start tag equals to, we do that, then we do greater. Okay, we do greater, we have UL. All right, we have, should it be capital? You know, HTML is usually not case sensitive, so we can even have our we can even use small letters to you can use both small letters and capital letters at the same time, referring to the same thing, or when you're referring to the same thing in HTML. But in JavaScript it's a bit different. So there we are. So we do a U. This is the end tag, so we do the UL. Okay, then list type. We do equal sign, then we have our h1. So inside the h1, what do we have? Bullet list. So we have bullet list, then we close our h1 and we terminate the line of code there. So once we do that, we now go to the other case. So we come here, we do another case. So it should be 2, then we have the full colon, then we press enter. So I'm going to copy this up to there, copy. I'm going to have it there. So here I'm going to have ordered list. Alright, so I'm going to have ordered list. Doesn't give me trouble, so should have ordered list. Then here I write ordered list numbered. So I'm going to have this ordered list. In this case it is numbered. Okay. All right, so then we do another case. All right, so we do another case here. So before we have the default, so we do another case here. So let me just make sure that, all right, then we do another case. Okay, so we do 3. This is the third. Then we have a full colon right after. We press enter. Then I'm going to copy this again. Okay, I'm going to copy this. And paste it here. So start tag here, it will be type. Type should be equals to a. Okay. So here instead of numbered we write lettered. Okay. Then what is the default value we have? The default value is a valid input should be equals to false. We go to false, and there we end our statement. Now we move outside the case. So you see the case is within this bracket. There is this yellow bracket here. It closes there, so that marks the end of the switch. So we get out of the switch, and now we have our if statement to determine whether our input is valid. So we have the input, we have the if statement, so we write a valid input. Is it equal to true? Is our input valid? So we have to put the bracket there. So if it is true, then we have document dot write. We have document dot write, right? So within the document dot write, we are going to have list type plus start tag. So we are going to write, we are going to add actually. So we do list type plus start tag. Yeah, okay, plus start tag, right? Then right after that we have a for loop there. So because there are three actually, we have the values that we are comparing are three, or the values rather that the user should be able to supply is either 1, 2, or 3. So they're the ones that are going to be looped through, or the three kind of input expected from the users are what we are going to use to come up with the for loop. So we have our for loop there. So we do for, then we have the bracket there. So we have the for, we have the var I is equals, var I is equal to what? Is equals to 1. Then we have I is less or equals to 3. So this one should be a full colon, right? It should be a full colon. Then we have to increase our I. So we do that. We increase our I. So we come to the body of the for loop. So inside the body of the for loop, we do document dot write. We put the bracket. So inside this, what are we having? We are going to have a list. So we are going to have a list right there, list item, then we concatenate that, or we join that with the I, and we also join that with what else, with the end of the list. So actually we just want to close the list. Okay, so we do the forward slash, then the li, we do it there. So we terminate the statement right there. Okay, Then we move on, and we also do another document dot write another document dot write. We do end tag. Okay, so else, so what happens when alright, so else, so we do another document dot write. Okay, let me just undo that. We do document dot write. Invalid choice. Invalid choice. So therefore we also print out the choice that we had selected, so it should be choice. All right, so we end our statement right there. Wait a minute, so let me cut this code and I place it within the body tag. But anyway, it can also work there. So I can go to the body tag and simply add a paragraph there stating what should be done in order for the user to so this one should have been a paragraph. Yeah, so we write there click refresh on the browser, click refresh or reload to run the script again in order to run the script again. So that is it. So let's see what we've come up with, so that if there is any errors we are able to debug them right now and then. So let's see, we come down here and we click go live. So we are waiting for the browser to pop up on our screen so that we are able to see the outcome of what we've been doing. Okay, so the server has already started. So let's see if we come here, we see whether we have something for us on the screen. All right, so Okay, so here we are. So the default value is 1, and that is the one that is already and there. So if I okay, you'll be able to see list item 1, list item 2. Okay, so this 2 listing here is courtesy of the for loop. It's the one that is coming up with this listing items here. So if we refresh this page and we do the 2, okay, let's type 2 first and see the outcome. We have this one, so it should be numbered. Okay, let's refresh it again. Then let's do 3. Okay, so that's how it is. So let's refresh again and enter a number that is not even there. We see the choice is invalid. So that's how the thing is. So that's how you can implement a switch control structure in JavaScript. So thank you for your patience, and also thank you for joining in for this particular lesson. So see you